now what you're doing is you're saying you could think that you don't know it, but that you actually do. I mean, yeah, maybe that's true. Okay, so, but that's just
I'm just trying
very, very like, I mean, so if you go to a therapist and he tells you that you're you're repressed about your sexual feelings towards your mother, and you say that you're not, I don't think that I am, doesn't seem like I am, he's going to go, exactly, that's repression speaking, right? And there's no way out of that for you. You can't say anything. He sees everything as confirmation of his hypothesis. And especially if you say, yeah, gee, it must be true. Right? He's like, absolutely, it is true. So there's no way out of that. But it's really easy to do that. Like anyone can hoist the, you just, you desperately think that, and maybe I say to you, you're an atheist, right? Everyone's an atheist. You know God doesn't exist. Even though you think that you have to know that God exists, that's just how deep your repression is, right? This really cheap way of arguing.
Right. And there are Christians and atheists and others who do that sort of thing. But I don't think that's what I'm trying to point out here. What I'm trying to point out here is when the Greek says, hey, look, there's this God out there, but by the way, it's not known to be the Yahweh God. Okay, well, you're just saying it's not Yahweh then, because Yahweh is defined as the kind of being who is known. Like he's defined as this.
So how does that not involve the claim that the person who is in a state of uncertainty about it isn't in fact in a state of uncertainty about it? You have to at some point hoist the psychoanalysts' denial move. Because look, so I'm the Epicurean in the forum, and I'm like, hey, I don't know who it is. You're going to have to say, I mean, either that rules out this God that everyone knows because I don't know who it is, right? So it can't be that God that everybody knows. Otherwise, I'd know who it was, right? Either it rules that out logically, or I do in fact know, and I'm wrong about it. So if Paul is right, then it must be the psychoanalyst move, where he's saying, even though you think you don't know, you do, right? Even though it doesn't feel like you're in denial, you are. So you can't escape that. I mean, Paul's either pulling the psychoanalyst move or he's wrong, because they don't know who it is, and he's saying they do.
I'm not really following how Paul is just saying, look, no, just despite the fact that you think you know, you don't, or despite the fact that you think you don't know, you do. Like, I mean, he is saying they know that, but what I don't see is he doesn't seem to be saying that as just some kind of brute interpretation of this God. What at least my interpretation of the subtlety of his argument is he's pointing out, look, you guys are saying you don't know this God. You don't have acquaintance with him. You don't know what he's like. What grounds then would you have to establish that it's not, in fact, this God over here who claims to be known?
Well, now you've just gone back to the Jimmy's at the door thing again. Okay, I don't know who's at the door, so I can't say it's not Jimmy. Okay.
I mean, maybe I'm just going in a circuit, but I don't see how.
Look, I think what you want to say is you don't know who it is, and you think that it could be any of these gods, right? But by saying it could be any of these gods, you're ruling out one of the gods, which is the God that you already know who it is, right? So, but
right.
But then that has to be that they only think they don't know who it is, but in fact they do, right? So we are in fact back to the psychoanalyst move.
Oh, I see. Okay, I don't think that that's what the psychoanalyst is doing. I think the psychoanalyst is just.
Well, even if he's not, then it's anyone. You can erect that move for anybody, right? So like I did with you, it just said, okay, you actually do know that atheism is true, right? Any claim you can say of another person's inner mind that it's in fact this way, even though it doesn't seem like it is, right? And then anything they say is kind of like explained by their kind of rebellion or denial or something, and like anyone can do that, and it's